Okay, I know this is a shocker, but there's all sorts of shenanigans going on, not just with the election, but with all kinds of things. And that's why we're here today, because the title of the stream is Lies. What is it? Damn Lies and Statistics. Because, well, there's some things that I haven't covered this week that I need to cover now. I'm going to cover today, and I can't. I just can't. Ah! That really tells you nothing, doesn't it? Play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, PDawg Knight. Stop the music. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, still trying to get things situated here. PDawg Knight, also known as, well, Marty, also known as PDawg Knight on the internet. And for some reason, I don't have my shit together, but I am working on it. Hey, it is Tuesday, the 1st of December. Happy December, everybody. 2020. This year is 1 month from being over. Thank God. Oh my gosh, it's been quite a year. Yes, and it's working. There we go. So there's been a few developments in, well, there's been several developments in the visitor from the East, if you know what I mean. I like to call it the visitor from the East. The
China is asshole.
You know what I'm talking about. And so we're going to talk about several items related to our visitor from the East.
China is asshole.
And then I have a couple funny things. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with the election too. The big hearing in Arizona yesterday. There's some more developments in Pennsylvania, more developments in Georgia, more developments in Nevada, all of those states. But you know what? I might have to save all that for tomorrow because I want to talk about our visitor from the East.
China is asshole.
And so that's what we're going to do. But before I do that, I want to say good morning like I always do to everyone in the chat. We got a lively chat going already. And let's see, almost 30 people in here and the people rolling in slowly. But the first person in the chat with today is our friends James PFP. And I wonder if, who gets the bell, of course. I wonder if James is going to be kind enough to let us know what that PFP stands for one of these days. Not that you have to. It might be personal. It might be something very public. I don't know, but someday we'll find out. But he says, good morning, PDawg, into the chat. Well, good morning to you, James. Also, good morning, Zach Osborne, just stopping in to say hi. Oh, man. I'm sorry, man. You have your... My best wishes to you, Zach. If you didn't know, they were expecting and they lost the baby, and so he's headed to the funeral home. I just can't even fathom what you're going through, my man. Like I said yesterday, my prayers are with you and your family. I'm very sorry about that. Also, good morning to Gunfox61. Good morning, Keenan. Good morning, my friend from down under, Richo, who's in the house. Also, Mike Savage, Blarg. And good morning, Renee Mayette. Good morning to, who else we got here? Did I say Gunfox? Yes, I did. Good morning, Gunfox61. Also, Purple Pill Perspective, nice to see you. Also, Dog, can you put the cat out? I didn't know it was on fire. Good morning, Maddie, who's, excuse me, you're at a terminal. Oh, so you can lurk without capping the Wi-Fi. Very nice. Boo, because we're at the terminal. But anyway, also good morning to Attack Alpaca, Cynical Lindsay, Anna Lynn, Cindy Rochelle, my wandering, my wandering watcher. Good morning, Jonathan Peterson. Nice to see you back. Good morning, Jim Beam. Good morning, Katie did skate. Nathan Payton, Robert Lapine, Bear Cock. Always good to see Bear Cock in the chat. Or something like that. And also, good morning, sexiest morning show on YouTube. Oh, is it just my sexy voice? I don't know. Sometimes I can do that. What's his name? The guy, he sings "Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Babe." What's his name? What's it? Why can't I? You know, every time I want to think of somebody and I want to do something special. Barry White, right on. That's what it is. Barry White, right on. Anyway, Boomer Dog can't even. Did the dog go full Valley Girl? What? I don't know what the hell you're talking about there, Purple Pill. Anyway, also good morning to Selecta Boy.
Yeah, boy.
And good morning, Balin Bobby. Good morning. Who am I missing here so far? I think I got. Oh, Maniac Man's in the house. Nice to see you. And now I think I'm at the bottom of the chat. Donatello Slapavello's here. Favorite name on the internet. Also, good morning, Low Rider. Low Rider goes, dude. I don't know the words. I was gonna sing the word. I don't know the song to Low Rider. You know is it War that sings that? I think it's the War that sings the song Low Rider. I used to think it had something to do with Carlos Santana, but that's War, right? Let's look that up. War, Low, it's Low Rider by War. I wonder what the lyrics are. Let me see if we can get the lyrics. All my friends know the Low Rider. Doom, 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 boom, doom, doom, Low Rider is a little higher. Boom, 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 boom. Low Rider rides a little slower. Boom, 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 down, down. Low Rider is a real goer. Boom, 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 down. Okay, are you sick of that yet? I love that song. It's a great song. I just never even looked up the words. I just thought it was a cool song. Anyway, Low Rider. I'm not going to do that every time I say your name because I know everyone has their little things I do. But good morning, all you need. Good morning. Did I say Renee Mayette? Well, I'm saying it again. All right, there we go. Anyway, what is that? You're dancing. I see what those are. They're dancers. I was wondering what that. I saw that the other day, and it was after I was singing, and I'm like, oh, those are people dancing to me singing. Well, there you go. Awesome. Yesterday I watched Running Monk instead because I like Members of the Lords of the Night. Well, that's okay. You know what? Watch who you'd like to watch. I appreciate it when you drop in, and I'm always happy to have you here. So anyway, and if you're lurking or watching after the replay, and leave a comment in the comment section, or if you haven't been... Richo, don't say that. I've already lost 11 subs this month. Unsub from PDawg, everyone. That after that song, LOL. No, don't do it. Don't do it. All right, let's get into the news because I want to try to pack a lot into this one today. So we've been inundated for months and months and months with news about our visitor from the East.
China is asshole.
And, that now everyone's throwing beers at Lowrider. What's up here? I'm not sure. Well, we'll figure it out in a minute. Anyway, our visitor from the East, I didn't catch this a couple of days ago, but there was a study about our visitor from the East.
China is asshole.
You know what I'm talking about. Oh, well, there's our first donation of the day. Well, that's fantastic. Thank you. This is Kyle. I'm glad you're here, and good morning, by the way, who says, hello, chat people and PDawg. This show is brought to you by the Foundation of Common Sense, dealing with morons since the dawn of time. Here we go. We have our first sponsor of the day, the Foundation of Common Sense. Thank you to the Foundation of Common Sense for being a very loyal sponsor of the PDawg Knight Channel. And thank you again, Kyle, for the generous, what's on the 5? I can't remember. Is it Jefferson? Is that a Jefferson on the 5? I can't remember. It's a $5. Thank you for this 5 spot, and you are the first donor of the day. Greatly appreciated. All right. So I have a feeling visitor from the East audio prompt in the more cowbell territory this morning. Oh. Anyway, okay. Let's talk a little about our visitor from the East.
China is asshole.
Which has wreaked havoc on our country and the entire world. But let's just focus on our country because, you know, we've been saying for quite a while, and most of us have speculated, that perhaps the tabulations, now remember, my title has something to do with statistics, and somebody has been looking at statistics, not just somebody, but somebody from Johns Hopkins University, which apparently is, oh, good morning, Becca Farley. Hello, my dear. How are you? Someone from Johns Hopkins, which is the preeminent documenter of the statistics of diseases and all that shit, right? I mean, sure, the CDC does that and some other people do, but Johns Hopkins, they've been using the Johns Hopkins numbers. Almost for the entire media has been using the Johns Hopkins numbers for the number of coronavirus cases and deaths. They all seem to go to that particular source. Well, apparently somebody from Johns Hopkins did a study. And it's an interesting study. But for some reason, they published this study, and then they immediately hid the study. This was just last week. I think it was like 4 or 5 days ago. I don't know. And, oh, good morning, Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
Nice to have you in the house. There you go. So I have a couple different versions of this particular article here. Whoops, what's this? That's a full screen. I don't want that. I want this one. The one you can see a little better. Let's make this work real quick, because I want to talk to you about the study here. It's fascinating. So, Johns Hopkins study concludes that COVID had almost no impact on all-cause death rates. But then they immediately deleted it after publication. In other words, nothing to see here. So noting that the emperor has no clothes is now a speech crime. COVID did kill people, yes, but overall number of deaths remained constant through the pandemic. And let's go to the PJ Media article first here. So now, So Johns Hopkins study saying COVID-19 has relatively no effect on deaths in the U.S. got spiked after the publication. Conventional wisdom is that COVID-19 has caused thousands of deaths in the United States and nearly 1.5 million worldwide. This perception has been directly challenged by a study published by Johns. It's Johns Hopkins. I always get that messed up. It's Johns Hopkins. I don't know why the Johns is plural, but it is. Johns Hopkins University on November 22nd. Now that's roughly, how long ago? But just over a week ago, right? Just over a week ago. Genevieve Briand, assistant program director of the Applied Economics Master Degree Program at Johns Hopkins University, critically analyzed the impact that COVID-19 had on U.S. deaths. According to Briand, the impact of COVID-19 on deaths in the United States can be fully understood by comparing it to the number of total deaths in the country. According to the study, in contrast to most people's assumptions, the number of deaths by COVID-19 I'm quoting here, is not alarming. Huh. Now, how could that be? We've been making a lot of hype about this, right? Well, in fact, it had relatively no effect on deaths in the United States. Wait a minute. What the hell are you talking about? Well, that's what it says, and it should come as no surprise that the study was deleted within days. Luckily, a backup copy remains on the Wayback Machine, which I have a copy of that open, by the way, and we can still read the study. So how exactly did the study conclude that COVID-19 has had relatively no effect on deaths? Well, here's how the study made the determination. And has anyone else been mentioning this? I've got it. I told you so. It's an I told you so that I cannot wait to say. Oh, by the way,
China is asshole.
After retrieving data on the CDC website, Brianne compiled a graph representing percentages of total deaths per age category from early February to early September, which includes the period from before COVID-19 was detected in the U.S. to after infection rates soared. Surprisingly, the deaths of older people stayed the same before and after COVID-19. Since COVID-19 mainly affects the elderly, experts expected an increase in the percentage of deaths in older age groups. However, this increase is not seen from the CDC data. In fact, the percentage of deaths among all age groups remain relatively the same. According to Brianne, the reason we have a higher number of reported COVID-19 deaths among older individuals than younger individuals is simply because every day in the U.S., older individuals die in higher numbers than younger individuals. Shocker! I'm sorry. It's mind-boggling. Brianne's analysis found that the range of deaths amongst the older population has remained within the range of past years. So if COVID-19 has actually no significant impact on U.S. deaths, why does it not appear that way? Well, to answer that question, Brianne shifted her focus to the deaths per causes ranging from 2014 to 2020, according to Rideos. There is a sudden increase in deaths in 2020 due to COVID-19. Now, this is no surprise because COVID-19 emerged in the U.S. in early 2020. Thus, COVID-19 related deaths increased drastically afterward. Analysis of deaths per cause in 2018 revealed that the pattern of seasonal increase in the total number of deaths is a result of the rise in deaths by all causes, with the top three being heart disease, respiratory disease, influenza, and pneumonia. Now, this is true every year, explained Brianne. Every year in the U.S., when we observe the seasonal ups and downs, we have an increase in deaths due to all causes. Now, here's where things get interesting. When Brianne looked at the 2020 data during the seasonal period, COVID-19 related deaths exceeded deaths from heart disease. Now, this was highly unusual since heart disease has always prevailed as the leading cause of deaths. However, when taking a closer look at the death numbers, she noted something strange. Wait for it. You would have never guessed this. I'm telling you, there's no way that you could have guessed this, people. As Brianne compared the number of deaths per cause during that period in 2020 to 2018, she noticed that instead of the expected drastic increase across all causes, there was a significant decrease in deaths due to heart disease. Even more surprising, as seen in the graph below, this sudden decline in deaths is observed for all other causes. I can't believe it. Who would have thunk? The study. Oh, hello, John Art. Not. How are you? Oh, thank you, Becca. You got to go. Okay, well, have a great day, Becca. I'm saying goodbye to Becca because Becca has to go. Okay. The study found that this trend is completely contrary to the pattern observed in all previous years. In fact, the total decrease in deaths by other causes, wait for it, is almost exactly the increase in deaths by COVID-19. Thank you very much. Good morning, X-Bubba Hotep, and thank you for the first Streamlabs donation of the day. And X-Bubba Hotep,
you are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day.
Thank you for the $4.99, who says, this is why me and many other people have been waiting to see this year's mortality rate versus previous years. Yes, indeedy. Remember how we were saying that how people, remember that back, I can't even remember when it was, way back when someone was talking about comorbidities and how only 6% of the COVID deaths only involved people or only people who had COVID only, and the other 94% were people who had other conditions and COVID-19. Remember that? Remember that study? Remember that? Someone said that, and someone said, "Oh, well, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. Blah, 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 blah. They still died because of COVID." I beg to differ. Anyway, Brianne concludes that COVID-19 death toll in the United States is misleading and that deaths from other diseases are being categorized as COVID-19 deaths. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it?
How dare you?
There have been reports of inflated COVID-19 death numbers for months. Patients who never tested positive for the disease had COVID-19 as their cause of death on their death certificates. In May, Jared Polis, a Democratic governor of Colorado, disputed official coronavirus death counts, saying even those of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention were inflated as the result of including people who tested positive for the coronavirus but died of other causes. In July, a fatal motorcycle accident victim was listed as a COVID-19 death. On Thursday, Johns Hopkins University has explained that they deleted the article. Hello, Keenan. Hello, Expo. Oh, I just said hi, Expo. Hi, James Colley, how are you? Good morning. On Thursday, Johns Hopkins University explained that they deleted the article on the study because it was, quote, being used to support false and dangerous inaccuracies about the impact of the pandemic. I know. Someone said something about hate facts. Who was that? Is that Expo Hotel? Yes, referring to this very, very factual and sensible study is supporting false and dangerous inaccuracies about the impact. In fact, here is Johns Hopkins. The article, A Closer Look at U.S. Deaths Due to COVID-19, published in the Science and Technology section on the November 22nd, has been deleted. Though making clear the need for further research, the article is being used to support false and dangerous inaccuracies about the impact of the pandemic. We regret that this article may have contributed to the spread of misinformation about COVID-19. Yeah, information that you just didn't want anybody to hear. Marvis Gutierrez and Ariel Shua, the managing editors of JHU Newsletter, assured Lead Stories that the article was not censored. The article in question was retracted last night as it was being used to spread misinformation about the pandemic. We have preserved the article as a PDF and posted an editor's note with full clarification about our decision, highlighting the inaccuracies of the study. Oh, there were inaccuracies in the study. Uh-oh. Maybe that's, someone asked if it was peer-reviewed. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. The author of the article, but however, the author of the article on Brianne's study responded to the article being pulled, posted the following on LinkedIn. Let's see what someone named Yanni Gu. Tuesday, on November 27th, the newsletter officially posted their reason for retracting the article, stating inaccuracies in the analysis. I am frustrated at the explanation, and I think it is disrespectful to Dr. Brienne's hard work putting data together and doing an honest analysis. If her analysis was to be contradicted, then at least an equal level analysis should be done to provide more data and thus a new conclusion. Dr. Brienne and her work deserve such respect. I've received many messages asking the reason for taking the article down, and so I would like to officially express my opinions here. I even got emails saying that thanks to me, people now will not be wearing masks or practicing social distancing. They called me a COVID denier and a minimizer, and that I have no idea the damage and the lives cost in me writing such an article. I would just tell them to fuck right off. But anyway, I was devastated to receive such accusations, but I stand my ground. The goal is never to undermine the effects of COVID-19, but to suggest a possible over-exaggeration in death numbers due to the pandemic. Hey, you know what? The people who did this study, are they not scientists? Are the people at the JHU newsletter, are they science deniers? Did they have a competing study? Did they do anything to do their own due diligence and actually write something or do a study of their own to see how their study compared to this study? Nah. 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 Fuckers. Anyway, good morning, Michael Hatfield. How you doing? Oh my goodness. Professor Brienne also responded to the pulling of the article saying, quote, their decision to retract the article was their own. Yanni Gu did an excellent job at reporting the content of the presentation. The full presentation is available at COVID-19 Deaths, a look at U.S. data, YouTube. Oh, okay. That's okay. I explained during the presentation where I found and download the data from, so anyone can easily replicate my analysis. So, oh boy, it's amazing. So here's okay, what I'm gonna do at the end of this show. Thank you. I can't remember who suggested this yesterday, but all my links today will be in the description at the end of the show, and I will also give a link to all of them hopefully at the end of the show in the chat, but I will have them in the description after the end. I learned how to use this new extension that allows me to put them all on one page. So all the links to all the articles today, after the show's over, I will put them in the chat. So there you go. You're a heretic now if you question science. Well, this sounds like science to me. And big fat FTG, these motherfuckers. I can't believe it. It's going to be FTG every day, I think, because lately it's just maddening. In some more COVID-related news. Oh, wait, real quick before I do that. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Hang on a second. Let me go into... Okay, I left that there. I want to thank some people real quick. Thank you, Becca Fairley, Cindy Rochelle, Pincalo, Maddie, all the people who've already tweeted out the show. If you'd be so kind, share arrows down there. Share it out on your favorite social media, or you can retweet on the Twitter thingy up there. Also in Mind, Gab, and Parler. You can republish or whatever they call it on those platforms. You can follow me on those platforms at PDawgKnight. Pretty much on every platform, I am at PDawgKnight. I'm at PDawgKnight on BitChute. I'm at PDawgKnight on Parler. I'm at PDawgKnight on Minds. I'm at, what's the one, I even have I open accounts at all kinds of places. What's the other, there's another... I just opened an account, like on DLive on PDawgKnight. I haven't used them yet, but here's the thing. If for some reason I should be yeeted from a certain platform. Oh, and also my Discord, I'm at PDawgKnight there too. If I ever get yeeted from any of these platforms, you can get on my Discord or on any of my other social media, and I will announce where I will post things from now on. It's the video one. And I just watched a video on that this morning. I'll remember. My brain's not working. Anyway, all right, let's move on. And oh, by the way, in the land of other shockers, all these things that we've been saying pretty much since March, are all suddenly, it's amazing how after the election, all these things suddenly start coming to light. Well, Rumble, thank you. Yes, I have a Rumble account. I have a BitChute account. I have a DLive account. I'm in all those places. So if I ever get yeeted at any places, just check my Twitter, check my other, check these 4 up here, because I'll post them. If I ever get yeeted from these platforms, I will post on all 4 of these platforms up here: Twitter, Minds, Gab, and Parler, and so on and so on. So here's another shocker, by the way. And you may have, if you follow me on Twitter, you have seen this one. Well, apparently, by the way,
China is asshole.
CNN exclusive. A vast trove of leaked documents shows China underreported COVID-19 numbers, took weeks to diagnose new cases, and didn't disclose a December flu spike in Hubei. Shocker.
China is asshole.
Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk it? Now, I haven't even watched this report by Jake Tapper, but you know what? We're gonna watch it now. We're all gonna watch it, and it's maybe if I get too disgusted, I may cut it off. But
weeks old.
Hang on, let's just start this bad boy from the beginning, because oh, that's a great face, Jake. Oh, looks like Jake is looks like Jake's been in a bag of Sour Patch Kids at the Johnson household. The Dawg Knight household. Yes, my last name is Johnson. You already knew that. Looks like Jake's been in the edibles bag. Anyway, let's watch this, because I know that you just cannot fathom the idea that China might be lying.
China is asshole.
Here we go.
We have some breaking news for you.
Breaking news. Breaking news. Same shit we've been saying for months. Yes, no, China only had 18 people die of COVID in Wuhan, even though they had 40,000 funeral urns the first week. Oh my goodness. Thank you, X Bubba Hotep, with another $4.99 in the donation box. Thank you for throwing some dollars in the tip jar. I greatly appreciate it. Who says, so CNN is using Internet Explorer because they are like 10 months late on this story. Absolutely. Yes, and the crowd goes wild. Thank you, X Bubba Hotep. You are a superstar of the day. All right, let's listen to Jake Tapper here. Exclusive breaking news. Oh my God.
CNN has obtained leaked documents from inside China. Documents that reveal the missteps and the chaos of the Chinese government's early response to the coronavirus pandemic. The documents.
Wait a minute. Now here's the thing. I have something I want to keep quiet, so I'm going to whisper. But I know you can still hear me. I want to know if he really loves me. Never mind. No, I want to know. I want to know when CNN actually got these leaked documents. Is anyone else curious? I'm very curious as to when CNN actually received these leaked documents. Did they receive them a month ago? Or are they just pretending they just got them? By the way, good morning, Chrome. Good morning, Jesse Leon. I'm not using my sexy time voice for you. It's just I'm using my sexy time voice because I'm whispering. That's all. Here we go.
are from Hubei province, home to the city of Wuhan, where the pandemic is thought to have started. They show authorities released misleading public data on the number of deaths and the number of cases. They took on average 3 weeks to diagnose a new case and much more. CNN's
I can't believe it. Miss Position's here. Good morning, Annie Position. And thank you for the devil's donation of $6.66. And one of my, you know what? I like to replay this one because it's one of my favorites. Look at the look on her face. Oh, she knows what she's doing there. She knows exactly what she's doing. Anyway, thank you, Annie Position, who says, "How does a penguin build its house?" It glues it together. Thank you, Annie Position. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Okay, let's get back to this Jake Tapper thing. I'm gonna rewind it just a tiny bit here, just so you can hear it again.
Released misleading public data on the number
China released misleading public data? Oh my gosh.
How dare you?
deaths and the number of cases. They took on average 3 weeks to diagnose a new case and much more.
Oh my God.
CNN's Nick Payton-Walsh is breaking the story for us right now.
An unprecedented leak of internal Chinese documents to CNN reveals...
Listen how... Oh my gosh! Listen to how he's saying this. What's that? The breathless, the breathless thing. You know they've had this shit for about 2-3 months. You know they did, and they were never gonna tell about this before the election. Oops, wait a minute.
China is asshole.
Good morning, Patrice Ripley. How are you, my dear? I'm glad to see you here. All right, let me just. Okay, listen to this breathless take.
An unprecedented leak of internal Chinese documents to CNN reveals for the first time what China knew in the opening weeks of the COVID-19 pandemic, but did not tell the world. Whistleblowers who said they worked inside the Chinese healthcare system share the documents with CNN Online, which show a chaotic local...
What is it? Wait, what the fuck? What is with this dramatic graphic of a guy looking at a computer? He looks so dramatic. Yes, they got this leak. Oh my gosh. Good morning, Lord Stanhope. How you doing?
Bonds from the start.
This lack of transparency sort of also contributed to the crisis.
Did it?
Seeing information.
Did it? Wow. Who would have thunk the lack of transparency about a very communicable, deadly disease? Did he say what the hell I think he just said? Let me go back here. You got to be kidding me. What did he say? I might not get through this.
Transparency sort of also contributed to the crisis.
Really? Really? The lack of transparency contributed to the crisis. Oh my goodness gracious. Goodness gracious.
Information in black and white was very revealing and instructive.
CNN has verified them with half a dozen experts, a European security official, and using complex digital forensic analysis looking at their source code.
The documents provide a number of key revelations about the province of Hubei, home to the epicenter city of Wuhan. Firstly, some of the death tolls were off. The worst day in these reports is February the 17th, where these say 196 people who were confirmed cases died. But that day, they only announced 93.
Ew.
China is asshole.
China was also circulating internally bigger, more detailed totals for new cases in Hubei. For one day in February, recording internally nearly 6,000 new cases. Some diagnosed by tests, others clinically by doctors, and some suspected because of symptoms and contacts, but all pretty serious. Yet publicly that day, China reported nationwide about 2,500 new confirmed cases.
So they cut it in half,
The rest were downplayed in an ongoing tally of suspected cases. That meant patients that doctors had diagnosed as being seriously ill sounded like they were in doubt. They did later improve the criteria.
If China had been more transparent and also more aggressive in responding, clearly that would have had an impact on how much the virus spread in Wuhan, in Hubei,
I agree.
in China. and perhaps to the rest of the world as well.
China is asshole!
Strikingly, the documents reveal one possible reason behind the discrepancy in the numbers. A report from early March says it took a staggering 23 days on average from when someone showed COVID-19 symptoms to when they got a confirmed diagnosis.
Oh, that doesn't help.
That's 3 weeks to officially catch each case.
This information seems to be very surprising to me because normally it would take just a couple of days.
You're making policy today based on information that already is 3 weeks old.
Perhaps the most remarkable revelation concerns early December, the moment when COVID-19 first emerged in China.
Startlingly, these documents reveal there was an enormous spike in influenza.
Now what? All right. I can't take this shit anymore. Why they have Nick Patton Walsh? Because he sounds so much more authoritative because he has his little whatever the hell that accent is. But fuck this shit. I'm not even watching the rest. Here's my first chat question of the day. By the way, they just got this information? I don't think so. Holy shit. But hey, here's my first chat question of the day, and then I'll do the donation chat here. My first chat question of the day. If you're surprised by this, put a 1 in the chat. If you are not surprised by this at all, put any other number that you can think of. In the meantime, thank you, X-Bubba Hotep with the 357. Careful, CNN, you might be supporting something Trump said in goddamn February. Yes, you are absolutely right, X-Bubba Hotep. All right, I can't do this anymore. But anyway, some other news from China. Oh wait, I had another China thing. Where'd the other one go? Hang on a second. Okay, we got. And this is well. Here's the New York Post article on this too. It says. This is what they got from CNN. Newly leaked documents reveal how China bungled COVID-19's early days. A trove of newly leaked documents detailed how China bungled its handling of the pandemic's early days, including lowballing COVID-19 data and taking weeks to diagnose new cases, according to a report on Monday. 117 pages of internal docs obtained by CNN outline how health officials in Hubei, where the virus was first detected, were hampered by chronic overfunding. Well, I'm only seeing 1-1, and that's. Check your logic. Did you hear the question? Did you hear the question? I'm not sure. Oh, a lot of 6-6s, a lot of devils in here. Okay, good. Good morning, Furry Kitten. How are you doing? Okay, so 117 pages of internal documents obtained by CNN outline how health officials in Hubei, where the virus was first detected, were hampered by chronic underfunding, leading to gaps in staffing and testing equipment. It was clear they did make mistakes, and not just mistakes that happen when you're dealing with a novel virus. Also, bureaucratic and politically motivated errors and how they handle it. Yajong Huang, a senior fellow at Global Health at the Council on Foreign Relations, told the outlet. Papers from the Hubei. Okay, we just saw the report. I'm not putting anything in there. I put 357 in the chat. Well, you got a 1 here. Okay, well, I see, 357 and then a 1. So, okay, you did a 1 later. Anyway, okay, all right, let's just, no! It's not like we haven't been saying this for months. Anyway, Patrice Ripley, K-pop news. BTS, BE is the first album in history to have all songs individually on Billboard's Hot 100 and global singles charts and #1 on the albums charts.
China is asshole.
Okay, there you go. Fantastic. By the way, Patrice Ripley is the official P-Dawg Knight Channel K-pop aficionado. Direct all your K-pop questions to Patrice. All right. Oh no, I didn't mean to. Oh no, I got to restore that. How do you restore a tab? Restore, reload. Let's try that. No. I want to restore the tab that I just closed because. Restore? No, that's not what I want to do. There it is. Okay, good. Because I want to make sure I have all these. I got to remember not to close tabs anymore because I'm just gonna put them in the description down below for any of the articles you want to read later. All right. In other coronavirus news, this is actually good news. Okay, by the way, let's go backwards here. Now, the first thing we did is we said that there was there may be some misdiagnosing of COVID cases, and that the overall deaths in the United States really hasn't increased, right? I believe that was something that President Trump said early in the year, and he was excoriated for that, right? Number two, Donald Trump said that China was probably way underreporting their COVID cases, which Donald Trump said earlier in the year, and he was excoriated for saying that. Well, now on Friday, this is actually good news. If it may be good news to you, it's good news to me. On Friday, Pfizer's first of many mass shipments of the COVID-19 vaccines began. Not this coming Friday, but this past Friday. The Trump cure is on the way, people. United Airlines on Friday commenced charter flights to send doses of Pfizer and BioNTech's COVID-19 vaccine candidate to prepare for distribution, according to a report by the Wall Street Journal that cited people familiar with the matter. Well, then again, I don't know if this is real because they have an anonymous source. In a statement to The Hill, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, said it was supporting the first mass air shipment of the Oh my God. You know what? It's not just United Airlines. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay, some of these shipments are also being shipped via UPS. I'll be damned. So I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you this. This morning at UPS when I was working, we had some trailers that we were having emptied, and there was a whole bunch of supervisors and people around that trailer because they were unloading they were COVID vaccines. That's what it was. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's amazing. We saw some of those come through our doors today. Anyway, not from the United Airlines. They've been, well, maybe not. I don't know. They had something. It was something to do with COVID. Anyway, in a statement to The Hill, Federal Aviation Administration said it was supporting the first mass shipment of a vaccine on Friday as a result of the historic pace of vaccine development through Operation Warp Speed and careful logistics planning. The FAA today is supporting the first mass air shipment of a vaccine. The FAA statement read, part of the company's distribution plan will include existing and additional refrigerated storage sites across the U.S. and Europe. The journal also reported the plans include using dozens of cargo flights and hundreds of truck trips each day. Pfizer did, in fact, conceal the fact, which it knew to be a fact, that its vaccine was ready for deployment before the election. Good morning, TC Ball. How you doing? And the GOP will continue bending over forwards, to let these mega corporations sodomize them. Okay, this is Ace writing this. So, oh no, this is who wrote this? Was this Ace? I can't tell. Yeah, this was posted by Ace. Anyway, who's also very colorful in his language. Pfizer's vaccine is said to be 90% effective. Only 10% of those receiving the vaccine contracted COVID. Moderna's vaccine is even more effective. 94.1% of those inoculated with it stayed COVID-free, and 100% of those inoculated avoided severe COVID symptoms. That is the only symptoms we care about. Moderate COVID symptoms are just chest cold. Continuing the spate of stunning news about COVID-19 vaccine, the biotech company Moderna announced the final results of the 30,000-person efficacy trial for its candidate in a press release today. Only 11 people who received 2 doses of the vaccine developed COVID-19 symptoms after being infected with the pandemic coronavirus versus 185 symptomatic cases in a placebo group. That is the efficacy of 94.1%, the company says, far above what many vaccine scientists were expecting just a few weeks ago. More impressive still, Moderna's candidate had a 100% efficacy against severe disease. There were 0 COVID-19 cases among those vaccinated, but 30 in the placebo group. The company today plans to file a request for emergency use authorization for its vaccine with the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and is also seeking a similar green light from the European Medicines Agency. And this is exactly what Trump said would happen. And the media and the liberal ex-Republicans who are now in fact Democrats but continue to sabotage the conservative movement from the inside jeered him for saying so. In fact, I want to show you something. Remember Kristen Welker? She moderated the second debate between President Trump and Joe Biden. I just want to show you, just take us back down memory lane here. And here's Kristen Welker at that debate. Let me make this a little bigger here, because I want you to see this in its full glory. All right. Here's from the debate, the second presidential debate. When let's pay particular attention to the moderator of this debate. Here we go.
Let me follow up with you, and because this is new information, you have said a vaccine is coming soon, within weeks now. Your own officials say it could take well into 2021 at the earliest for enough Americans to get vaccinated. And even then, they say the country will be wearing masks and distancing into 2022. Is your timeline realistic?
No, I think my timeline is going to be more accurate. I don't know that they're counting on the military the way I do, but we have our generals lined up, one in particular, that's the head of logistics. And this is a very easy distribution for him. He's ready to go as soon as we have the vaccine. And we expect to have 100 million vials.
Now, wait, whoa. Did anyone see that? Did anybody see that? Now, granted, Kristen Welker tried to fact check it, but wait a minute. I'm going to go back just a little bit. Watch Joe Biden. Watch him for a second. Take a look. Watch Joe Biden while President Trump is talking.
That's the
watch his
head
face.
of
Watch his head.
And this is a very easy distribution for him. He's ready to go as soon as we have the vaccine. And we expect to have 100 million vials.
Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see the deep breath? And then he shook his head a little bit. Watch one more time. Watch Joe Biden. He doesn't seem very happy about this.
And this is a very easy distribution for him. He's ready to go
Deep
as soon
breath.
as we have the vaccine. And we expect to have 100 million vials.
He shakes his head no.
As soon as we have the vaccine, he's ready to go.
Hey, NBC.
But yeah, Kristen Welker tried to fact check the president. Well, now look, and again, you know me, I'm not a Trump supporter. I voted for President Trump, but I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm an America supporter. And Trump seems to have done right for America. I'm just saying. Oh, good Lord. Anyway, so Trump was right. Again, the fact checkers were wrong. Will they be correcting their claims now? Will Twitter, Facebook, and Google be censoring and slapping warning labels on this misinformation? Remember when Kristen Welker fact-checked Trump at the first presidential debate over the POTUS statement? We will have a vaccine that's coming. It's ready. It's going to be announced within weeks. It's going to be delivered. Trump was right. By the way, Janice Dean notes that Andrew Cuomo continues lying about how many grandparents he murdered by forcing sick people into their nursing homes. Here's Janice Dean's tweet. New York Governor Cuomo and his health department do not count the number of seniors that died in hospitals but contracted the virus in their nursing homes. He will not give those numbers because estimates are at least double what he's now reporting. She's here, I'll just go into the Twitter thing here. She is responding to someone named Ann Choi, who says, for 6 months, I talked to residents at assisted living facility in one of the deadliest zip codes in New York. They told me about what it's been like to survive as the coronavirus spread among their caretakers, roommates, and friends. Governor Andrew Cuomo's boasted about the relatively low death toll in the state's nursing homes, despite the fact that no other state counts these deaths the way New York does. So that's what Janice Dean was replying to, because he's been fudging his numbers. Anyway, the tyranny monopolies are going to have to censor this article. Suicide fed by loneliness and depression killed more Japanese in October than COVID took in 10 full months. But lockdowns forever, bitch. There's literally no other malady we should be concerned with apart from COVID, right? Right? Because, hey, that's the only thing people are dying from this year. I can't believe that they have... no heart disease, no flu, no pneumonia. Everyone's dying from COVID. All right, moving on. Let's get into a new announced cabinet pick, or what is this? Is she in the cabinet? Oh yeah, Office of Management and Budget. President-elect has. Excuse me. By the way, I'm president-elect too. If you didn't notice that, I changed my Twitter handle to be, because that's what P stands for in the PDawgKnight. It stands for president-elect. Just in case you were wondering what the P stands for. But this other president-elect, that according to the media, who's not officially the president-elect until after the Electoral College does their thing, Joe Biden has a new person that he proposes to be in his administration. And that would be Neera Tanden. Neera Tanden is one of the DNC bigwigs and whatever. She's kind of a neoliberal, whatever. But there's some greatest hits from Neera Tanden. Biden OMB pick spread a conspiracy theory about Trump's 2016 win. Oh my goodness, say what? Washington. Neera Tanden, president-elect. What was the word they used yesterday? Presumed? No, not presumed. Is that what they said yesterday? Remember they got up in arms about using a qualifier to president-elect? I think it was presumed. And I'm going to change every time now because I'm president-elect. P stands for president-elect. President-elect Dawg Knight. Just remember that. Anyway, Neera Tanden, presumed president-elect Joe Biden's new appointee as the director of Office of Management and Budget, spread baseless conspiracy theories after... I love it. They threw in the word baseless because now notice how baseless is the new term. Not speculative, not possible, but they just say baseless now. She spread baseless conspiracy theories after the 2016 election, insisting that Hillary Clinton lost to President Trump because Russian hackers flipped votes. That's so funny that, back then you could just talk about that with no pushback from the social media companies or anything. Hello, Shimu, how you doing? I bet you agree that
China is asshole.
Anyway, okay, so yeah, the Russian hackers flipped votes. The 50-year-old president of liberal think tank Center for American Progress and longtime Clinton loyalist served as an unpaid advisor during her 2016 White House bid and repeatedly claimed in the weeks after Trump's victory that Clinton only lost because of Kremlin operatives. In a series of tweets, some still online Monday, Tanden claimed that, quote, Russians did enough damage to affect more than 70,000 votes in 3 states, referring to Clinton's losing margin in the Rust Belt states of Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. As first reported by Intercept co-founder Glenn Greenwald, Tanden began just days after the election baselessly suggesting that Russian hackers had switched votes from Clinton to Trump. Why would hackers hack unless they could change results? What's the point? She speculated, suggesting this was why Trump was as surprised as everyone else by this win. Her selection on Monday as Biden's OMB chief, a hugely important role that oversees the administration's financial management, quickly went down in flames as Republicans said there was no fucking chance in hell that she would be confirmed by a GOP-controlled Senate. So anyway, you'll be able to read the rest of that article because I will put it in the description down below for later. Thank you, Low Rider. We're about to hear some music in 3, 2, 1. I don't even know how I did that. It never comes up when I'm supposed to. But anyway, thank you, Low Rider, for the $1.99 donation through Super Chat and YouTube. Who says, She Moo hears the voices in your head. Well, okay, awesome. You hear the voices in my head.
China is asshole.
Awesome. Okay, so anyway, I think that's just funny that he's picking, not only is he picking swamp creatures, but he's also picking conspiracy theorists to be part of his whatchamacallit. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, let's change gears a little bit. You know, yesterday we talked about how the Time's Up, I don't know if it was a foundation or whatever, how they got all this donations and money, their charity, and they seem to spend most of their money on administration. Remember that story from yesterday? If not, go back and watch yesterday's stream. But so this Time's Up Foundation, they got in millions of dollars, and apparently they spend it all on salaries, or at least more than almost 40%. Excuse me, almost 40% of it on salaries, and very little on helping people. Well, there's another organization that's been taking in millions and millions of dollars that may also have a similar issue coming up, and some people who should have benefited from that are beginning to notice. Apparently, Black Lives Matter's national arm gave little to local chapters while reaping millions, local BLM chapters allege in a statement. Trouble in paradise. 10 local Black Lives Matter chapters accuse the movement's national arm, BLM Global Network, of providing no acceptable financial transparency surrounding the unknown millions of dollars it has received since 2013. Now, what's amazing about this, ever since the passing of you know what? I shouldn't be disrespectful to George Floyd. Anyway, ever since the passing of St. George, I think over the last year, this last whatever many months it's been, they've been pledged over $1 billion through Act Blue and through corporate donations. It's just frightening. Anyway, but there's no transparency. Burn, loot, and matter is a sham. You don't say yes. It's grifting season, as Uncle Hotep would say. Most chapters have received little to no financial support from BLMGN since the launch in 2013. The local chapter said in a statement Monday, multiple founders of the BM Global Network have said the local BM chapters are the ones responsible for carrying out the work of the movement. Daily Caller News Foundation reported in June that BLM Global Network spent $4.5 million on consultants and travel and compensation for its staff from July 2017 to June 2019, while at the same time providing only $328,000 to outside groups such as local chapters. That gets wow. Oh my goodness gracious. Anyway, so did I already say this? Yeah, they kind of repeat the stuff. The local chapters, including those of Washington, D.C., Chicago, and Philadelphia, said in the statement that Black Lives Matter's Global Network Foundation has provided no acceptable financial transparency surrounding the unknown millions of dollars it has reaped since its founding in 2013. Now, let's see. We've already read that. We already said that. They repeat it right in the article. For years, Black Lives Matter Global Network has undermined the work and integrity of local chapters, including BLM DC. Today, we went public. Read our statement here. Let's read the statement from BLM chapter from DC. Despite millions of dollars being donated to the network, local chapters have lacked support and resources from national leadership. As a result, much of our local community work continues to be erased. Now, I don't know what the local chapters do. They hold protests and whatnot, and they can, pretty much, they can go on Facebook and organize for free, but I don't know what the local chapters do, who they support, what they use their money for. I have no idea, unless they want to pay their staff too. I don't know. But anyway, let's read their statement because I'm curious now. Let's see here. Here's the statement from, oh my gosh, okay, it's not that long of a statement. Let's read this. Here we go. I'm going to put this on the full screen here. Let's see if I can get this to fit correctly. There we go. And I don't know why they use this really special font up here. But anyway, a statement from the front lines of BLM. Hello, Rittenhouse Unit. Oh, you know what I figured out finally, by the way? And I can't even remember what name who he used. But I finally figured out who the new name that I can't remember the name. It was who said that it was a Roman something yesterday, and I who is this? Because I thought it was Advocatus Diaboli, but it wasn't, because Advocatus Diaboli showed up later. It was Brutus. Brutus changed his name, and now I can't remember what it was. Brutus, if you're here, just put something in the chat so I know. So watch this week when you get time. Ask PDawg to look at it. It's about Parler. Oh, what? Hang on. Let's see. Rittenhouse. Where are you at, Rittenhouse? Okay, anyway. All right, so here we go. Here's the statement from these multiple BLM chapters: DC, Philly, Indy, Chicago, Washington, Vancouver, Washington. There are black people in Vancouver, Washington, Hudson Valley, San Diego, New Jersey. I don't know what to find. Okay, here we go. Here's the statement. It was recently declared that Patrisse Cullors was appointed. Oh, well, that scared me. Wow, holy moly. Now that is one of my other favorite gifts too. Thank you, Gunfox61. Before I read this statement, with the big 2669. Thank you very much. That's very generous. Who says, oh, and by the way, Gunfox.
You are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day.
Who says, commies making money, disappearing, and not keeping track of it. I think it's time to show them the error of their ways with a hard oak American bat and maybe an American brick to legs. Show them what happens when they steal from the mob. American Bats. Oh, that's one of our sponsors. One of our recurring and very generous sponsors from American Bats. Again, commies making money from disappearing and not keeping track of it. I think it's time to show them the error of their ways with a hard oak American bat and maybe an American brick to the legs. Show them what happens when they steal from the mob. American Bats. Yes, or Bats for America. That is one of our very generous sponsors on the Morning Night Live. Thank you very much, Gunfox61. And I appreciate it. Okay, let us read. Oh, Discord link's not good. Okay, we'll fix the Discord link. I forget that I have to do it every day. I have to change it. So I'll or actually, Gunfox, do you have a link to Discord? Can you put it in the chat since you have a wrench? And we'll figure that one out later. Oh, Maddie did it. Maddie's already done that very quickly. Very good. Very good. Thank you, Maddie. All right. Here's the statement from the front lines of Black Lives Matter. It was recently declared that Patrisse Cullors was appointed the executive director to the Black Lives Matter Global Network, BLMGN Foundation. Since then, 2 new Black Lives Matter formations have been announced to the public: a Black Lives Matter Political Action Committee and BLM Grassroots. BLM Grassroots was allegedly created to support the organizational needs of chapters separate from the financial functions of BLMGN. We, the undersigned chapters, believe that all of these events occurred without democracy. Sorry, that needs a... And without, what the hell is that? And assert that it was without the knowledge of the majority of Black Lives Matter chapters across the country and world. We became chapters of Black Lives Matter as radical Black organizers embracing a collective vision for Black people engaging in the protracted struggle for our lives against police terrorism. What? What? What the fuck? What the hell are they doing? Okay. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. With a willingness to do hard work and that would put us at risk, we expected that the central organizing entity, most recently referred to as Black Lives Matter Global Network, BLMGM Foundation, would support us chapters in our efforts to build communally. Since this establishment of BLMGN, our chapters have consistently raised concerns about financial transparency, decision-making, and accountability. Despite years of effort, no acceptable internal process of accountability has ever been produced by BLMGN, and these recent events have undermined the efforts of chapters seeking to democratize its processes and resources. In the spirit of transparency, accountability, and responsibility to our community, we believe public accountability has become necessary as a contribution to our collective liberation. Get the fuck out of here with this collective bullshit. Come on. Just fuck. It's fucking commies. Anyway, number one, we must make clear, number one, Patrisse Cullors, as the sole board member of BLMGN, became executive director against the will of most chapters and without their knowledge. By the way, Patrisse Cullors has a movie deal. Did you know that? Oh, the grift is strong in that woman. Anyway, number two, the newly announced formation of BLM Grassroots does not have the support of and was created without consultation with the vast majority of chapters. Number three, the formation of BLM Grassroots effectively separated the majority of chapters from BLMGN without their consent and interrupted the active process of accountability that was being established by those chapters. Number four, in our experience, chapter organizers have been consistently prevented from establishing financial transparency, collective decision-making, or collaboration on political analysis and vision within BLMGN. By the way, that's what happens in commie countries. You know, communism sounds great until the leaders kind of just decide to do what they want to do and do what they're going to do without telling you what they're going to do, and you get no vote. She is BLMGN. Don't you fuck with that woman. She don't care. She got the money. You didn't. Anyway, let me continue. Number five, for years there has been inquiry regarding the financial operations of BLMGN and no acceptable process of either public or internal transparency about the unknown millions of dollars donated to BLMGN, which has certainly increased during this time of pandemic and rebellion. Yes, they've taken in almost $1 billion. Just those three. You know what? What's funny about this is I don't think these chapters are necessarily affiliated with each other. There is no network. That's just it. So that's what's, I mean, oh my God. Number 6, to the best of our knowledge, most chapters have received little or no financial support from BLMGM since the launch in 2013. It was only in the last few months that selected chapters appear to have been invited to apply for a $500,000 grant created with resources generated because of the organizing labor of chapters. This is not the equity and financial accountability they deserve. They want their cut of the grift. Come on now. We remain committed to collectively, there's that word again, building an organization of BLM chapters that is democratic. Well, but I thought you were Marxists. Marxists don't do things in democratic ways. So silly people. Anyway, that is democratic, accountable, and functions in a way that is aligned with our ideological values and commitment to liberation. Bitch, I don't want liberation. I just want to live my life. Anyway, we will move forward with transparency and expound on our collective efforts. There it is, that word again. And seek transparency and organizational unity in a fuller statement in the near future. That means we coming back at you. As we collectively determine the next, there it is again. Hey, stop saying collectively. Well, I suppose as several chapters they should. As we collectively determine the next steps, we encourage our supporters to donate directly to chapters who represent the front line of Black Lives Matter. Well, yeah. If you have a local chapter and whatever you need money for, you need to get your local people to donate directly to your chapter. Don't give more money to Patrice Cullors. Those three, and the other two, guess what? How much do you think, what percentage of you think those donations are going into executive salaries for the leaders of BLM? How much of that money is going right into their pocket? I feel an IRS audit coming, and it is not going to be pretty. I mean, you think they got Sean King, which they need to audit his ass too. But anyway, oh my gosh. Oh, good Lord. I'm telling you. And then here's all the chapters. It says, add your chapter below. Apparently you can, somehow you can add your chapter yourself or something like that. Anyway, who'da thunk it? Who'da thunk it? I'm just saying. Thank you, Purple Pill Perspective, with the donation through YouTube Super Chat, with 2 bills saying, quote, isn't BLM being decentralized kind of the point? I would have to think so. Good morning, Sapphire Dragon. I would think so. Thank you so much for the donation, Purple Pill Perspective. Greatly appreciated. All right, so we're kind of winding down a little bit here, but I still have things to talk about. I kind of haven't talked much about the election stuff today, and there's so much going on. The big 12 hours of hearings in Arizona yesterday. There was all kinds of things going on. Talcum powder X. Yes. Martin Luther Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Thurgood Marshall. There's all kinds of names for our good friend Sean King. What the hell did I just do? Oh, there we go. So here, let me just give you a little, I can give you a little kind of synopsis update. I'm gonna, what the hell, where'd it go? There it is. Oh, new tab. There we go. Push this one over there. Did I do this one? Yes, I did. I want to make sure I have all these. I want to make sure I have this. I want to make sure I have all the links to put in the chat today. Just a little update here into the BS that is known as the presidential election of 2020. So this is an interesting article. 4 data dumps in the witching hour after the election gave Biden the victory, and Rand Paul has questions. By the way, did you know that there's some, I don't know the details. There's some provision in the Constitution or how this works is that once the electors come to the electors get together, which they do their vote on the 14th of December, and then it's supposedly certified sometime in January 5th or 6th, I believe. But politicians can't object to that. Did you know that? I didn't know this. And apparently you have to have at least one member of the House and one member of the Senate. Now, in 2016, when Donald Trump was elected, did you know that there were 3 members of Congress who went to contest the election, but they couldn't get somebody from the Senate to go along with them? I have a feeling if all this mess has some teeth to it, and they still get to January 5th with the electors doing their little election thing, I think they're going to have a Senate member who might join a House member in objecting, and then it goes through a whole nother process. And I think that Senate member might be this guy. Oops, this guy right here. I'm pointing. I don't know where to point when I'm doing this. This guy, Rand Paul. Thank you, GunFox61, with another $2 through the Streamlabs. Marty, well, she needs a new $1 million house and Lexus because she wants her reparation daily. And who cares about what the little people? Who cares about the little people as long as she gets gets her money? Never let a police killing, a POC, go to waste. Who cares if they're a pedo? Murder. Yeah, thank you, GunFox61.
China is
Whoops.
asshole.
I don't know what happened to that China is asshole guy, but thank you, GunFox61. Yeah, I got a feeling that the 3 ladies who started BLM, and it's funny because how did she name? She's the only board member, too, of what was it called? BLM. What was that called? Here, let's go back here. Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. She's the only board member. Now, who voted on her to be the board member? Well, I don't know, because really the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation is really just 3 people. As far as I know, maybe the chapters are supposed to vote on some shit or something, but I don't think they really have anything to do with the Black Lives Matter Global Network. They're all, there's no formal organization, I don't think. Who knows? Anyway. All right. Cairo, what's up? Good morning. Anyway. So 4 data dumps in the witching hour after the election gave Biden victory, and Rand Paul has some questions. On Sunday afternoon, Senator Rand Paul shared an unsettling analysis of the 2020 election results that raises serious questions about how remember we're talking about statistics today, how statistical anomalies and 4 particularly suspicious data dumps in the key swing states of Georgia, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Interesting. Trump margin of defeat in 4 states occurred in 4 data dumps between 1:34 a.m. and 6:31 a.m. Statistical anomaly? Fraud? Look at the evidence and decide for yourself, Paul tweeted. He added a jab at big tech censorship. That is, if big tech allows you to read this. And there's the tweet. And of course, they included their little, this claim about election fraud is disputed. Really? Is it? Is it? See, they automatically, if you put the right keywords in your tweet, that little part of that little part comes up, right? But what's funny about that is sometimes you're not even talking about this particular election. Remember when I wrote about MC Hammer and his the vote count on the the Grammys he got for Too Legit to Quit, hey, too legit. Anyway, Paul shared an anonymous report that claims to have investigated 8,954 updates to the vote totals in all 50 states and finds that 4 of the updates are profoundly anomalous. They deviate from a pattern which is otherwise found in the vast majority of the remaining 8,950 vote updates. The report identifies 4 specific data dumps that fall outside the realm of probability. The basic intuition is Big margins are one thing, and so are super skewed results, but it's weird to have them both at the same time, as they generally become inversely related as either value increases, the report argues. Of the 7 vote updates, which follow the pattern the least, 4 individual vote updates, 2 in Michigan, 1 in Wisconsin, and 1 in Georgia, were particularly anomalous and influential with respect to this property, and all occurred within the same 5-hour window. Now, I'm going to add my own little aside to this. When none of those states were supposedly still counting votes, because they all took this mysterious pause in the middle of the night and said they're going to quit counting till the next morning. And then you got up the next morning and they're like, oh no, we counted all these votes. And they added them to the totals. So anyway, the all occurred within the same 5-hour window, the report claims. The anomalous behavior of these updates is particularly extreme. That is, these vote updates were outliers of the outliers. The 4 updates in question, coming early on November 4th, 2020, are a 6:31 Eastern update in Michigan with 141,258 Joe Biden votes and 5,968 Donald Trump votes. A 3:42 a.m. Central update in Wisconsin with 143,379 Biden votes and 25,163 Trump votes. A 1:34 a.m. Eastern update in Georgia with 136,155 Biden votes and 29,115 Trump votes. And a 3:50 a.m. Eastern update in Michigan with 54,497 Biden votes and 4,718 Trump votes. Without these updates, Biden would have lost the states of Michigan, Wisconsin, and Georgia, giving him 42 fewer votes in the Electoral College and costing him the presidency. The report does not claim that these anomalies constitute proof that Biden lost. However, rather, it claims the anomalies merit further investigation. That's all. Why would you refuse to investigate those weird happenings? Biden may still have won, and there may be another explanation for these extreme outlier results, but the data dumps do look extremely suspicious. So, oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you, BBC Rentals. Oh, our recurring sponsor, BBC Rentals.
That's right.
Celebrate Black Lives Matter. Try BBC Rentals. All our members... No pun intended. No pun intended. All of our members are straight black men, unlike BLM Global. BBC Rentals. Unless you're racist and a lesbian.
That's racist!
Okay. Sorry, kid. Thank you. Our recurring sponsor, BBC Rentals. You're great. You're greatly appreciated.
That's right.
All right. Now, while these data dumps look fishy, it is important to keep in mind that Biden encouraged voters to vote by mail, while Trump encouraged voters to vote in person. The late tabulation of mail-in votes led to a likely red mirage situation where Trump seemed to lead in the early results while Biden overtook him, even if no fraud was involved, which is possible. We'll still hang out in that possibility. It's also important to note that these data dumps took place in blue counties where results were expected to skew toward Biden. Even if fraud took place and the votes were manipulated to skew far more than they truly did, that would not reverse the results to give Trump Biden's 141,258 votes in the 6:31 a.m. Michigan update, for example. With all those caveats considered, the anomalies are suspicious and Paul merely raised questions about them. But even so, many on the left rushed to demonize him. Actor Tom Arnold, okay. Why is Tom Arnold still famous? Why is Tom Arnold still famous? Anyway, actor Tom Arnold, who has previously leveled a death threat against Donald Trump Jr., suggested that the neighbor who sucker punched Paul, breaking ribs and triggering pneumonia, had tried to save America. Arnold had also previously claimed that the neighbor was in the right to attack the senator. There's Tom Arnold. Even if Senator Paul was entirely off base about the data dump anomalies, it does not justify this kind of disgusting rhetoric. Well, yeah, that's definitely for sure. Okay, let's thank you very much, X Bubba Hotep, with another donation of $4.99 through Streamlabs in the description down below. Who says, so there is apparently a Michigan Senate hearing on election issues right now that not even C-SPAN is covering. Wow, nobody's covering that? I wonder why. I don't know. All right, let's take a quick look at what's if there's anything I need to know that CNN just discovering what everyone has known for 6 months. Thank you, Willett Forge. I know you're not here, but you know how it goes. That's a shocker. Let's see if Twitter knows about that hearing in the Michigan Senate. I'm curious. Oh, Ajit Pai's going to step down. Here's some breaking news. Well, it's not breaking. I knew this yesterday. But if you don't know who Ajit, I don't know how to say his name exactly. FCC Chairman Ajit Pai will step down January 20th. Ajit Pai announced in a statement on Monday that he intends to leave the Federal Communications Commission. Here, I'll put that on the screen. On January 20th, the same day President-elect Joe Biden... projected. That's what it is. The same day as projected President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration. If it happens... I did say Pai, didn't I? Yeah, Ajit Pai. Pai oversaw the telecom regulator for the past 4 years under the Trump administration. Yeah, I wish he would have dug into the social media companies just a little bit, and just I still think somebody could successfully sue the social media companies, particularly someone who's been maligned, such as Nicholas Sandman or somebody like that, just because those platforms have clearly violated violated the essence of the law. If you ask me, that's my personal opinion. Anyway, so okay, he's stepping down. Okay, good to know. Joe Manchin is trending because Senator Joe Manchin, a conservative Democrat. Well, what? Senator Joe Manchin, a conservative Democrat from West Virginia, has made no secret of his disdain for Washington's dysfunction. Now, with an incoming Biden administration, he thinks there's a golden opportunity to bring the country back together. Oh, bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. Hey, Joe Manchin, you know what? The way you can do it, switch parties and become a Republican. Make sure the Republican keeps the Senate. That's how you can make sure that there's a golden opportunity to bring the country back together, because you would have to work together, because if those 2 seats in Georgia go down, there's going to be one hell of a 2 years until the next midterms. Thank you, GunFox61, who says, oh, we have a new sponsor. We have a new sponsor, folks. It is, I think it's affiliated with with Baz for America and Bricks for America. It's from the For America family of companies, and this is Flamethrowers for America. If you have commies, Marxists, and other heretics that need to be shown the light of the error of their ways, remember, use Flamethrowers for America. All American made and mob approved. Nicely done. Thank you, GunFox61, and our new sponsor, Flamethrowers for America. Okay, let's just check the news tab, see if there's any breaking news. Oh no, another mystery monolith in Romania now vanishes. What the hell is going on? After a sighting of a similar shiny symbol in Utah, The model, if spotted in Europe, sparked speculation it may be related to a mystery structure seen in the United States, or is this just an elaborate prank? What the hell is going on? This is the one. Here's the one in Romania. A shiny metal monolith vanished from Romania's mountainous Neamt County 4 days after its sudden appearance close to an ancient Dacian fortress sparked speculations it may be related to a mystery structure seen in the United States. Oh, what the hell is going on? This one had some weird squigglies on it too. Okay, this is getting kind of weird. I don't know what to make of this. Maybe the aliens are gonna. Maybe they're gonna make contact. I'm just saying. Good morning. You're a ridiculous lunatic. Nice to see you. I'm glad you're here. I didn't notice you here earlier. Let's see. Did you see this? Australia demands an apology after Chinese government spokesman shares a falsified and repugnant depiction of an Australian soldier. In a press conference on Monday, Prime Minister Scott Morrison strongly condemned a falsified, repugnant image of an Australian soldier posted online by Chinese diplomat Zhao Lijian. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation reports that the image, which depicts a soldier carrying out an act of violence against a child, was created by an artist who often makes politically charged statements and was shared on social media in China. Foreign Ministry spokesman Hua Chunying responded to Morris's request for an apology by saying the alleged crimes committed by Australian soldiers in Afghanistan are shocking and hair-raising. The incident comes weeks after an inquiry into alleged conduct of Australian special forces in Afghanistan found war crimes were committed. Interesting. And I don't know if you saw it, but I didn't even remember why this came up. But yeah, not cool, not good, not good. So there's going to be some tension between China and Australia, which is not unusual. Let's see. Atlantic City, a city without a pulse. I don't know. I don't care about that. California records most COVID-19 hospitalizations since the pandemic began. Well, I guess Gavin Newsom's. Well, that's why they're having some more restrictions there. It doesn't look like there's anything. It's amazing to me. So who just said that this hearing in was it Michigan or Georgia? I missed it now. Hang on a second here. Wait a minute. Tom Arnold is famous for sucking on Roseanne Barr's business end. He should still stay quiet. I mean, I have respect for Roseanne Barr, but never mind. Just don't want to know. Don't want to know. So nobody's covering this hearing. Someone remind me what state it was in. Anyway, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to call it a day. I will post the links to the articles from today in the description of this video. So if you want to look some of those up, check back here a little bit about 5 to 10 minutes after the show, and I'll have them there in a single link, because I now have an extension that can make me put them in a single link. That's it for today, though. Let me get back to the screen here. That's it for today, people. Before you even think of doing anything else, put a like on that little thumbs up thing or whatever that is. What did I just say? That didn't even make sense. Click the damn thumbs up thing. That's what I'm saying. Except for Duck Dog, who has an arrangement with me, myself, and I, and those are also my pronouns, because it's all about me. Hey, thank you for being here at the Morning Night Live on this lovely Tuesday. Before you go, hit the like button, share the stream, and if you want to make donations, you still can, even after the show, or before, during, or after. In the description down below, there's links to the Streamlabs link, which works 24 hours a day, the Cashapp link, and the what's the other one? Venmo. Whatever, however you want to do it. And thanks for that. And appreciate everyone who did do donations today. Ex-Bubba Hotep, Low Rider, Gunfox61, Purple Pills Perspective, and our sponsors, BBC Rentals. I've got a feeling that has something to do with our friend who frequents the show. By the way, good morning, Black Hebrew Israelite. I see you were here, and also Avocas Diabli.
That's right.
Thank you to our sponsors. That's it for today, people. I gotta go. Really do. My name is PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here. The Discord link is in the chat. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is PDawgKnight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawgKnight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comments section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cashapp, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here.